So there we go.
Oh, wow.
We're putting ink on our roller because we're going to ink up this lino plate that I've got here, Linocut. And so we roll it on our glass like this to get a nice level amount of ink on the roller. And really we need a couple of coats so that it's nice and dense, because we want our black areas to really stand out. It's quite physical. These rollers are actually surprisingly heavy. So you don't want just one thick gloopy layer, you want a couple of nice thin layers. And then what I do is just a couple of little rollers over it to distribute the ink so that you don't get that sort of lumpy. We can always add a little bit more. It takes a surprisingly large amount of ink because it's such a big plate. This one, it's A3 size. So again, we're levelling out the ink so that it's a nice thin layer all over the roller so we can transfer it onto our plate. Now that's looking nice. And what you're looking for is a sort of glossy sheen all over it. Being careful not to touch it, we're going to take it over to our press. I always have a little sort of mount to hold it in place because I don't like it scooting around. But at the same time, I've also put sellotape over it so that I can wipe any ink off that might have transferred onto the mount, because otherwise when we run it through the press, you're going to get these nasty finger marks all the way around. There's my front doorbell. And then, just for an added precaution, you can put card around it because we really want our edges to stay nice and white. And these are just offcuts that I've got already. See, like I would put that down, but I can see a tiny bit on there and I don't want to run the risk. That's probably all right. So now we'll get our paper. Just place that down carefully. Okay. And this is a Hawthorn press, a really lovely press that I have. And A3 is about the biggest I can do on this press. To be honest, I'm not sure I'd want to do any bigger anyway because it takes a lot of cutting and a lot of paper and a lot of ink. And so we just roll it. And there's a nice little pressure there that I can feel. So I've set the press with these at the right pressure that I need for the print to go through. And the blankets help with that as well. They level out the pressure. Okay. And then to take the print out, I like to use card just to keep my fingers off it because you have to grip it quite hard sometimes to pull it off. And now I've dropped it. So there we go.
Oh, wow.
Now, I can see there's a little bit of patching. A paintbrush and repair that.
So it's this slight white patching here.
Just,
so that's something that you would consider a
bit
blemish
of a flaw,
or just a feature?
A feature. Some people would leave it, but I'm just going to get my paintbrush, which I have over here, and you just touch them up. You can just touch up if they're a little bit. I mean, you shouldn't have to do this. A good print shouldn't need it. And in fact, some people like all of that. It's just me, I like it because I'm adding colour to it. I want it as solid as it can be.
Fantastic.
All right.